Hello, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle, Vancouver by Night, New Blood. As a warning, this is a mature game and it explores some dark and troubling themes. These may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and many others. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and they will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. The If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams are always going to be available on YouTube after the game, so you can always come back to an episode if you feel ready, or skip ahead to the next one. So thank you to our sponsor, Mikhail Artoria of Artoria Designs, who creates these beautiful dice boxes. You can visit him on Instagram, and I will have the link in the chat. And they've got leather interiors and such. And Illuminagents. Illuminagents is a comedy web series that weaves real conspiracy theories into its sci-fi short-form episodes. It's shot in Toronto, and the indie production will leave you laughing and questioning reality at the same time. You can watch Season 1, which includes their musical finale episode, for free on Sika TV, and you might see an appearance or two of this guy. And Orc.style. Orc.style is an adults-only fantasy fashion fetish brand for all you orc-loving monster huggers out there. Wasn't having quite so much trouble with this particular copy before. All right, so Orc-style shirts, underwear, and accessories are sure to drop your intelligence and increase your confidence by 10 points. They've also just released their Chompers Orc Tusks. Chompers are perfect for cosplay, role-playing, and streaming. Orc-style's expert tusk enchanters infuse the spirits of great orcs, trolls, ogres, and goblins into magical tusks that will transform the common human into a fierce monster. Martlet Games. Martlet Games is a collective of TTRPG veterans ready to work for you, from tabletop RPG development to actual play production. They have contributed to various Storyteller Vault titles and sponsor channels like us to keep the World of Darkness a haven for those with stories to tell. You can visit their link in the chat to explore their world, and they can help you create yours. And Adventure Dice. Adventure Dice is your Canadian source for dice, role-playing game accessories, and other tabletop gaming goodies. Many of the items on their site are handcrafted in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. Last but certainly not least is Demiplane. Demiplane is an online source for all of your World of Darkness stuff. They've got a bunch of different games on there. They have Avatar Legends. They have a few others. I believe Pathfinder they've got on there as well. And it's great if you want to create characters or look up rules. Their player character sheets should be up at some point soon, if not already up there, because we're recording this well in advance. And now it's time to introduce all of our vampires. Let's start up in the upper left-hand corner and go with Violetta.
Здравствуйте. My name is Violet Tremblay. I am played by Cosmic Gazai. I will be your Simitsi lawyer for tonight.
And Sophia.
Hello, darlings. It's Sophia here, your friendly neighborhood. Oh no, I've lost track of what my clan was.
Toreador.
Your friendly neighborhood Toreador who loves to paint in blood.
And up above me up here is Antonia.
Hello, my name is Joanna. I am playing Antonia, the musical-loving venture who just wants her club to make good business, and that's really all she cares about.
And over here is Key.
Boa tarde. I am D&D imposter playing Key Mori in this game, a fun little ministry baby from a continent below.
And last but certainly not least, over here is the old man.
Hello, my name is Alan, and I am playing the old man. Nosferatu, cleaner, fixer, just generally getting shit done.
And you will definitely be able to check out at this point our first episode, which should be on YouTube. So this is the second episode. And we are existing in a world of darkness. This is a separate continuity from the Vancouver by Night that you have seen before. And it might be connected to the one particular Last Light universe that you have seen before. So this is there's going to be some NPCs that you might recognize, and there's going to be some NPCs in some different positions that you might not recognize at all. This being only the second episode, I kind of pulled the band-aid off and did kind of a let's restart the whole thing. So when last we saw this particular coterie, this group of kindred, they were hanging out around the bar that is run and owned by Antonia. And they were seeing some not great things that were going on in the bar. So they decided to investigate, and they found that there was some people selling and giving away a designer drug called Coffin. After a little bit more investigation, Key and the old man, if I remember correctly, went outside to confront someone who was, let's say, trying to expand their criminal empire. And at the end of the last episode, they kind of freaked them out a little bit. So we're going to open this particular scene with the old man and Key. Key had just popped out of Obfuscate, if I remember, and kind of freaked out the dealer of the ill-gotten goods, and they were running down the alleyway away from Key and the old man. So what are we going to do from here? They had just started running, so if you guys want to like reach out and grab them, jump them, chase after them, that sort of thing, now would be the time to try to do something along those lines. What would you both like to do?
The old man, kind of shrouded and hooded, in order to hide his kind of like gnarly, twisted visage. I just kind of look at P, and I say, you and me.
And they're just gonna nod, smile, just looking at you, which since you and I have worked together before, you would know you get dibs on this one.
Thanks. And I'm just gonna book it after him.
Okay. Give me a, let's see, that would be give me a Dex and Athletics to see if you are faster on your feet than they are.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably are.
Yeah. And I remember being at 100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, and one of those is a hunger die.
One of those is a hunger die.
Here we go. All right. So not great. I did roll a 10.
Okay.
It was not on the hunger die. You're welcome.
It wouldn't really affect it unless there's like 2 10s, honestly.
Oh, okay. Word. Okay. So that is 10, 6, 2 1s, and a 4 there.
So 10, 6. So you get 2 successes, 10 and 6.
Yes.
Okay. It's not that they seem to be getting away from you, it's that they seem to be running, give or take, about the same speed that you're running.
Oh.
So they're just ever so slightly out of reach.
And is this because I'm like slipping in my old age, or is it because they are the hands?
It's because you both rolled 2 successes. So yes, but at the same time, no.
Okay.
So yeah, they get to the end of the alleyway. It's not going to take them too long to do that. Key, are you going to run after them or just allow the old man to chase them down?
How far down is the alley? Like how far away are they within that second?
It's generally about 3 seconds or so per turn. They wouldn't have gotten like a massive distance away from you, but they were far enough in the alley, I would say, that because they were trying to kind of obfuscate that they were giving out drugs. So they probably would be at the end of this turn kind of hitting the corner, which will result in probably like the old man and them trying to make another roll to see what happens from there. If they can kind of get further away from the old man, or if the old man catches up to them.
Can I wait a half second and see which way they turn, or if they run straight? And like if the person turns left or right, I'm gonna try to block them off and go the opposite way.
Okay. So kind of like go around the building on the
Rat
other side.
trap them. Yeah.
Okay. So it would be at the end of that particular turn, and Elaine, I'm gonna get you to do another Dex and Athletics roll, and you can Blood Surge if you would like.
Okay. How does that work?
That would be you. It's the supernatural means of you kind of using your undead vitae to kind of increase your abilities. So you would roll a rouse check if you would like, and that would add 2 to any ability trait that you would like. And I'm guessing dexterity would be the one in this particular case.
It certainly would, and I think I would like that very much.
All right.
Well, will I roll the rouse separately, or with
you would roll the rouse, just like the one rouse die.
Okay.
The rouse check separately.
Okay. Ooh, that is 3 successes.
3 successes. Did you roll the extra 2 dice with that?
Oh.
Actually, let's do the rouse check first.
Okay. Thank you. What do I roll for the rouse check there?
Just a single blood dice.
Okay. That's an 8 on the rouse.
Okay, so you succeeded. You've done this hundreds of times. You mentally kind of you realize that you're not quite catching up to this particular person, so you mentally force the blood into your limbs, into your legs, to make you a bit quicker on your feet. And give me the Dex and Athletics roll with the 2 extra dice.
Okay. With 1 additional success.
1 additional success. How many did you roll before?
3.
3? Okay, so it's 4 successes. You catch up to them easy. Like, they kind of slip a little bit as they're kind of turning the corner, and you're easily able to catch up to them.
Okay.
What do you want to do once you're within grabbing distance?
Grab hold of the back of his neck and grab tight, and just we both stop.
Are you going to be using potence in any of this? You do have potence, and it
I
doesn't
do.
actually cost anything. It's a first level
Then
power.
yeah. Let's
Okay.
let's flex. Let's explore.
Give me a strength and brawl roll.
Okay.
And when they feel the hand around their neck, they're going to be trying to run away still, or try to kind of
Strength and brawl.
strength and brawl.
Am I adding an extra for the potence, the one notch in potence that I have?
Yeah, add one for the potence.
Okay. Ooh, that is 4 successes.
4 successes. Yeah, you easily are able to like reach out. You grab them. They. It looks like they're trying to like kind of. It seems to them like you grabbed a hold of like their hoodie type thing, but you just like got a firm grip on the back of their neck, and they can't wiggle out of it. They're like, "Hey, man,
we're for sure in an alley, right?"
Yeah, you're still in the alley.
Okay, with just a single hand, I just want to like lash him down into like a pile of trash cans.
Okay. And Key as well can see all of this occurring as the old man catches up, grabs him by the back of the neck, and tosses him into like it's a stereotypical dark movie type back alley with like the big metal dumpsters and the pile of garbage, and he tosses him into like the pile of garbage bags that happen to be back there.
And I say, "What are you running for? Come on, I just want to talk."
Yeah, sure, man. Key, you were gonna say something?
Oh no, keep doing the scene. I'm fine.
Okay. But I don't know. What do you want to talk about, man? What do you?
I want to talk about the thing you ran about. That's what I want to talk about.
Like that person that I ran from? Yeah, I guess we could.
Don't play coy, all right? What are you selling around here?
Look,
and who are you selling it for?
I ain't selling nothing. I was just told, and he reaches into his pocket. And I'm going to give a pause there just in case you want to, just to see if you want to do anything with regards to that information.
Yeah, I'm going to grab his wrist immediately.
Okay. Yeah, you got way more brawl and strength than he has. So you grab his wrist and he's like,
I say,
hey,
hey.
I'm just, I don't have anything.
I keep hold of his wrist and take his hand out of his pocket
Kind of
slow.
like twisting it a little bit. Okay, yeah.
Just to see like what he's hanging on to in his pocket.
In his hand, he's kind of got it kind of gripped. Like it doesn't seem like it's a huge pocket type thing, but he's got in his grip, he's got like the little pieces of the items that you saw from the last episode, the like little individually plastic wrapped packages that have like the coffin on them.
I take it out of his hand and just let his hand go. And I say,
man. Jeez.
Whose is it?
It's mine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's yours, that means you're handing it out on the wrong turf, which means I'm punishing you.
Hey, whoa, man, whoa. I was just told to come here by Antonio Giovanni to hand it out here for the stuff.
I thought you said it was yours, so it's not yours.
Yeah, it's mine.
You were told
it to me.
You were don't I beckon for Key to come down because I'm starting to get real mad, and this isn't the thing I do. So I'm gonna give this guy a chance here.
Okay.
I feel like if anybody's watched Alice in Borderlands, he's just pulling a Chishia and walking up slowly with their hands in their pockets the whole time, just enjoying the show. But when Elaine like motions to Key, I'm guessing by that point Key was pretty close, and Key's just gonna get up behind this guy's ear and just say, "Boo."
Jeez.
And the second he
that's
turns
what I mean.
around, they're gonna use Eyes of the Serpent to freeze him in place.
Eyes of the Serpent. For everybody playing the home game, how does that roll go? Let me go and check.
So
in
that
Demiplane.
roll is dice pool is charisma plus presence versus wits and composure. There's no cost though, so no ruse check.
Thank you,
Rouse check.
Demiplane.
Yep.
Their wits and composure.
Yes, and charisma and presence, which is
Ooh. All right. They did fairly well on that roll. Fairly well.
And then I'm just doing the. Sorry, it's been a minute since we had played last. So it's the total, and one of those is a hunger dice.
Yes. So it'd be the number of points you have in manipulation, I think you said, and presence, and it is one dice
it's
for
manipulation
each.
too.
Or
charisma and presence.
Oh, charisma, yeah, charisma and presence, and then
okay. So I got 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yes.
They look freaked out, but the power you've used before, it doesn't seem to be working on them, because they're like, whoa, like snake eyes? That's just weird, man. I don't deal with that. That's whoa. I don't know what's going on with you guys.
You said you're friends with Antonia, yeah?
Anthony, yeah.
Anthony.
Yeah, they call him
Who's
Tony
Anthony?
Giovanni, but I don't think he likes being called Tony.
And where do we find him? You know how to find. Old man, he knows how to find him. We can take him back to the Dark Star and he can hang out with us for a little bit. He can bring his friends here.
You know what? I like that idea. I like that a lot.
Hey,
you can come with
you guys,
us.
Wait, okay, I got it. You guys are looking to make a deal, right?
No. Not here. You've wasted our time.
Yeah.
I just got a little freaked out a little bit because the snake eye thing, it's kind of cool.
Can you stand up?
Well, yeah. He like stands up, kind of dusts himself off. There's like a banana peel that's like on his jacket.
I grab the scruff of his collar and like really like hold him in.
Whoa.
And I'm like, we're going for a walk.
All right, man, we can make a deal.
Wait. Key's gonna feel for his pockets and see if they can find a phone.
A bone?
Phone.
Or a phone. Okay. I was
really,
like, a bone.
really not looking for that.
I was like, probably just take one out of him. It hurt a lot, but sure. So yeah, you kind of pat him down, and there's like a phone in his like, right pant pocket type thing.
Perfect. Does it
like, hey man, that's my only phone. What do you? That's not. Oh, come on.
Yeah, you'll get it back later. Is it like, if there's a code or anything, they'll show it to him, or if it's that Face ID, they'll just put it up in front of
it's
his
Face ID.
face.
So you just hold
Just
it up to him.
Bah. And they're just gonna start going through their phone. Where I'm guessing the old man and Kier are taking him back to the Dark Star.
Yeah,
it's gonna be surfing his phone.
I say, normally I miss the days when it was just payphones. Everything was quiet, clean. But this shit, I mean, when it works for you, it really works for you, huh?
It does. We can learn all the fun little secrets about him. Yeah. What was your name?
Jack.
Jack?
Jack, yeah.
Is that his name?
That's his name that he's giving you.
If I go onto his phone and see what he's labeled his phone, does he have it at that?
His phone is labeled like, Nokia one whatever. Like it's just kind of like the standard what would come with the phone. You going through the phone, it basically looks to you like this is kind of like a burner phone that he's been given from like whoever Antonio Giovanni is.
Yeah. So how about that walk then?
Yeah, you guys take him into the club. I'm assuming Antonia has kind of a back room area that is set aside for talks with...
He will have actively messaged Antonia as they're walking back, but on their own phone.
Okay.
Just say
what
drop
is the
number
message?
2. It just says drop number 2, and you see a pair of shoes walking that you don't recognize walking next to the old man.
Antonio will message back, bring them in through the back.
Just you get like a thumbs up.
All right, so you guys are both bringing Jack into the back room. Was anyone else notified via text or just Antonia?
He just assumed Antonia would tell everyone else.
All right, Antonia, are you telling everyone else?
Yeah, Antonia would have turned around to Sophia and Violetta, and I believe Antonia still has the drink that she was served in her hand, so she kind of downs it, which brings me back down to 1 hunger. She turns to Sophia and Violetta and says, so I think they have found our culprit. They're bringing him through back. Do we want to have a little fun?
Yes.
Oh God, I haven't been able to do such a thing since the 90s. Oh.
It's exactly what I was looking for tonight.
Excellent. And the back entryway would open out into kind of like a staff room.
Okay.
So that's basically where they would go through. We'd go into the staff room. And then into some oversized closet.
Okay. I'm assuming there's probably like even like a folding desk type thing there and like a steel chair or two.
Antonia, have you redecorated?
We've been kind of keeping the staff room low key, but I have been trying to make it a little bit better for, we do have some of the human staff that still needs some food. So, we've been trying to, keep some coffee on hand and some drinks and stuff like that. But
I could use some more curtains. I don't know. Something's missing here.
Maybe it might make it a little more pleasant. You're right. Let's yeah, you know what? Let's talk about that. Let's see what we can do with this.
I don't think it will matter that much when you're torturing someone.
Well, I mean...
You'd be surprised.
I mean, it's not for them. It's for us.
Exactly.
It didn't make any difference when I was torturing people.
I mean, I never said I was going to torture anyone. I just said I was going to have fun. They might not be the same thing. But, see. So we head in.
Yeah, you. By the time the 3 of you, Antonia, Violetta, and Sophia, make it down into the staff room with the coffee maker that looks like it's been there since the 90s, and like the off-brand styrofoam / solo cups for coffee as opposed to like any mugs that anybody would be able to use. The old man and Key have someone kind of sitting in one of the folding steel chairs. Look, I was sent here by Antonio Giovanni, and this is technically, he wants this to be my space so that I can, do the
I'm
stuff.
sorry. Someone named Tony Giovanni
Yeah.
wants this place to be your turf.
Well, yeah, for like the drug trade stuff that they're setting up.
I look at he like, this guy must be like an idiot. Like he's like just one spilling the beans like that, and two making wild assumptions about what is and isn't his.
It's adorable.
Hmm.
How old does Jack look to be?
Jack looks to be probably about like early 20s-ish.
Oh, baby.
I'm gonna go ahead and walk forward. My heel's just clicking, and I'm just gonna lean forward. Just tell me, do the rest of your little family know that you're here?
Well, no, I haven't really talked to my family in like years.
No,
really.
No. I'm talking. You see, that particular name, very special, very Italian, very familiar. Where's the rest of your family?
I don't follow.
Is your last name also Giovanni?
No.
Then how are you related to Giovanni?
I'm not.
Oh, you were just paid to do this. Oh God.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Well, they weren't really paying yet. I'm supposed to like, set up.
You got ripped off.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
And I see in our Zoom chat, Sophia would like to use premonition.
Yes.
So she's gonna hop over here to the old Demiplane, look up premonition. Premonition. Cost is, it says free or 1 rouse check, but I never use the rouse check because the reason why it would be free would be if the storyteller kind of gives you a premonition. But I don't think, it should be like free, or I don't really feel like tossing premonitions at people unexpectedly. But yeah, if you're using premonition, let's see, it is a resolve and aspects roll.
Okay.
And substituting 1 hunger dice or however many hunger dice that you're currently at, I believe 1 you're
at. Yes, I am at 1.
Okay.
While resolve and
aspects. While Sophia is doing that, the conversation continues.
I think Antonia would.
Okay, go ahead.
Turn to Violetta and Storyteller. Would Antonia at this point have been made familiar with the Giovanni family?
I believe
by
so,
her
yes.
sire?
Yeah.
Okay. So Antonia turns around to Violetta and says, Giovanni, I thought they weren't in our city.
Corpse fuckers, yes. Unfortunately, they're like a bunch of roaches.
Wonder when they arrived.
I'd like to know that too.
Yeah, this is going to be a problem.
Sophia,
I got 4 successes and 1 failure, and that was on the hunger die.
Okay. Don't worry about the hunger die. Only really comes into effect if you roll a 1 with no other successes,
Right.
or if you roll a 10 with another success somewhere else. Like that
Okay.
is a crit. So 4 successes. What are you trying to kind of elicit from this particular premonition? Like, what are you trying to focus on?
On the thing, I did read here, the user can also actively provoke a premonition by focusing on the subject. So that's
Okay.
when he kind of brought up the name Antonio Giovanni. I just kind of like focused on that subject itself and just tried to like open my senses to it.
So for you, Sophia, everyone else is kind of going back and forth with the person in the chair. They mention Antonio Giovanni or Tony Giovanni, and you focus in on that mentally, kind of roll it around in your head a little bit, and anyone who would be looking at Sophia at that particular point would see kind of her eyes mildly roll into the back of her head. Your vision fades, and you see a bunch of suits. There's nothing in those suits. You see there's kind of like black mist that's kind of swirling near the suits. Depending on which suit you look at, and they're all like really expensive Italian suits. Depending on which suit you look at, there could be more kind of wisps behind them or less. And one of the suits reaches out its arm, and you can it's more of a feeling that you're getting more than anything that like your vision goes all over the place. But you get the feeling that the direction that they're pointing at is to another suit, which only has like one wisp behind it. And the direction that they're pointing, you're getting a feeling of it being close to where you are. Kind of not necessarily Vancouver-ish, like specifically your particular club, but you're getting the feeling that this particular person was being, or this suit was getting sent to kind of the Vancouver Pacific Northwest-ish area. And then you see it's not, it doesn't knock you over or anything, but it's jarring to you what you see next. You see, after that particular suit left, you kind of zoom out from where the suits are meeting, and it feels like an ancient crypt. Like, it feels like there's more presence there than what there should be. And then you see kind of a drone flying in and launching missiles, and then the entire thing exploding. And that's when you snap out of your premonition.
Oh, Lord. Wow. That's a doozy.
Are you okay?
Oh, there's something ominous coming. Very ominous.
What do you mean?
Well, these visions sometimes aren't quite that detailed, but you see a lot of figures in suits, a large gathering, a crypt, and a rather large explosion. Not fun, I don't think, for any of us.
Right. Okay, well,
look, I ain't bringing any trouble to you guys. I'm just...
Shut up.
All right.
He looks to Antonia and says, what do you think, ma'am?
I told you, don't call me ma'am, please. You know we're not on terms like that. We're good, right?
Of course.
You know what? I think that this Giovanni is not good news. Storyteller, out of character. Can we tell that this is in fact a kindred, or is this potentially not?
Does anyone have any powers that would be able to tell?
No.
Well, just from baseline, can we see breathing?
For Sophia, for Auspex, do you have Sense the Unseen?
I do.
That could be used. For everyone else, if you're looking to see if this particular person is kindred, there's kind of telltale signs. Give me a wits and investigation or awareness. Whichever one would be higher would be the best chance of success.
Joke's on you. It's still the same.
He just wants to know if they find anything interesting on their phone.
Not really. Like there's a bunch of there's a lot of pictures of a pug, but other than that, there's not really anything else on there.
There's like no they deleted all the texts.
Well, yeah, it kind of looks to you like it's a burner phone. Like they were just given this the latest, or not the latest, the earliest, like the first picture that's on there is like from like maybe 5 or 6 days ago. Like it's
okay. But like there hasn't been any communication between anyone in them, like no text, no phone calls.
There is a phone number that is kind of like goes in and comes out every once in a while. Like it's only been like twice in the phone.
I'm gonna take that and put the phone number into my phone too.
Okay. Violetta?
May I use Mesmerize?
If you would like.
I would.
Good album.
I don't like rock and roll music. It's very crass.
This sounds like rock and or roll.
Whoa. What happened to liking good music? Like Elvis Presley.
Playing Vampire the Masquerade with the Cain mythos, the Garden of Eden reference is even more entwined with everything.
My roll is split 50-50 on successes and failures.
Okay.
With 110.
I need this.
How many successes?
Well, so it's 3 successes and 3 failures.
Okay. So you blink a few times and you kind of open your senses to the supernatural around you. And you see Antonia, Key, Violetta, the old man. They all have a kind of pale aura around them based upon their current state. I will let them, if they so choose, to let you know like what their current mental state is. But you look at the Jack person that's in front of you, and they have, it's not as pale of an aura as your coterie mates. It's not as vibrant of an aura as it really should be if they're a regular human, but it's pale-ish. It's pale, like adjacent. It's like you would probably be able to tell with that number of successes that this seems more ghoul-like than it does anything that is vampire-esque.
Oh.
For everybody else, how did you do on the successes for the investigation? 2 successes, 3 for Violetta, 1 success for the old man. Key, how did you do?
There.
Okay. Yeah, you're just like, if this guy's a vampire, whatever. So I believe Antonia got 2 or 3?
Yes.
2? And Violetta 3. Okay, so Violetta, you would kind of notice this the first, but they seem to be blinking at a regular rate. Like, it doesn't seem like you've seen a lot of vampires over your time as a kindred, and they generally have to remind themselves to blink. So this seems a lot more natural than anything like that. They seem to be breathing. There's like a little bit of a kind of a wet patch right here on their shirt because they had just been running and they're not used to running, so they're sweating a little bit. But yeah, this seems to be not necessarily a regular human, but a not kindred. Let's put it that way.
Also, I succeeded on my rouse check for mesmerize.
Okay. And what are we going to be doing with mesmerism? Let's see.
I'm just going
to. It's an unprepared mortal victim, so you don't actually have to roll.
Oh, I did it. Okay.
That's nice. Commands victim. Instructions. So, like, if you see Henry, give him the document type thing. So you can issue a 1 kind of sentence instruction to them that they will have to carry out. What is the instruction that you would be telling this particular person to do?
Tell me everything you have done for Antonio Giovanni.
And I'm going to explain that in a few minutes, but it's a good time to take a bit of a break. But there is a deluge of information that is sent Violetta's way of, I did this and I did this and I did this over here, and then I put on my pants and came over here. And just like you can tell that this particular ghoul isn't exactly strong-willed, shall we say, and it's a flood of information. Yeah, it's somebody just put in the chat malicious compliance. It's not really malicious compliance as it is kind of compelled compliance. Yeah, so we're going to be taking a bit of a break here. Come on back in about 7 minutes, and we will see what other information we can get out of this school. But it's not going to be that much. Everything's just told to you. All right, so see you in a few minutes, everybody. Hello, and welcome back. And there is some interesting things happening with our coterie, but first, before I get into that, one of our sponsors as well that I should mention is Dogmite Games. Dogmite Games is the best gaming company you've never heard of. They combine craftsmanship with artistry to create truly unique pieces of functional art for your game. From dice boxes and rolling trays to fully sculpted Valhalla screens for GMs, each piece is created on-site in their workshop in Michigan by a devoted team of craftsmen. And Joanna is holding up the the Dogmite player pad screen. You can actually use a quick thing of you can use a dry erase marker and mark off your hunger. She's a great spokesmodel. And so for what happened before the break, there was let's just call it an instance of someone giving way more information than what they really needed as a coterie. Violetta dominated the ghoul that was in front of them to give them all of the information about how he had worked with Antonio Giovanni. And yeah, there was a lot of information, but the highlights of which I'll actually tell you now. You're able to kind of sort through it. He has only been working for Antonio for a couple of weeks now. He was specifically told to come to Antonio's club, and he is basically set up to have kind of the free sample thing now in order to get people interested in the drug itself. And then he's supposed to report back at the end of the evening to see how things go.
I see opportunity here.
I mean, my preference is that this doesn't get done here. That they, they do their stuff outside, but that they don't do it here. That said, if we want to have a little conversation with Mr. Giovanni and find out exactly why he was trying to do it here, we might be able to work something out.
And Tonya, if I may, look, I've seen this kind of shit. All right, they edge in on your turf without asking. They think they own the place. We gotta make a show of strength. Now I know that there's like etiquette that like, yeah, I know some of it, but I don't know all of it. All right, we probably can't off the guy's Google or anything like that, but we could send them back worse for wear to show them what's what, or we could be, I don't know, how do you say, devil, give them back, tell them to not fuck around in or around our club, and then start negotiations. But putting your foot down first is the only thing people like this understand.
You make a very good point.
But what do you think is going to happen? We're a bunch of no-name neonates in this city, and we don't know how old he is. You think that this bag of flesh, no offense, that this bag of flesh here is just going to suddenly disappear once he returns back? I didn't mean it in an offensive way.
How do you say that in a non-offensive way?
Look, all I'm saying it, like, I understand. All I'm saying is, like, if he's a young upstart trying to make a name for himself just like us, we got to stand our ground against that shit. If he's old, ancient, then he already owns everything anyway. A show of power would earn his respect. Either way, I only see one play.
I believe, at least from my perspective, as a venture, that we have to keep, much like the old man has said, we do have to show a force because this is our turf, so to speak. We can't just let anybody come in. Negotiation, yes, in terms of what does he want? Maybe he can do it elsewhere. Maybe we can have him negotiate. But the other question that I have is, does the prince know what he's doing? If the prince doesn't know, then this might be our play. Not let's tattle on him to the prince, but I mean, I would say that might be a play.
I'm going to hold my hand up for a second and walk back over towards Jack.
Can I cut in really quick and ask a storyteller question?
Sure.
Because I don't know if I'm not following something or if it's a backstory thing and Key wouldn't know anyways. But Antonio, like Joe said, Prince. Is that a backstory like knowledge, or am I missing something here?
The prince would be the kind of ruler of the Camarilla in any city. Like if anybody has any territory, they would be told by the prince that you have this territory, you have that territory.
Okay.
As of yet, the bar itself is, you don't know if that's anybody's territory necessarily. It is close to what's called the Rack, which is like the kind of club district in any downtown city that is like kind of seen as like the free range that anybody can go in and hunt type thing. So yeah, what Antonia I think means is that, you know, you could tell like the people higher ups in the city to, you know, let them know like, hey, this guy is coming around our turf, like we would like that to stop, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Alternatively, if we were Anarch, we would be probably having little discussions with the barons, or, you know, depending on what the city's being run as. So
I'm going to go ahead, if I can continue, and go ahead and walk over to Jackson, just ignoring the banter, and I'm just going to like lean down. It's like, Jack.
Yeah.
We're not going to do anything to you. Let me ask, what do you honestly think is going to happen when you report back to Antonio and you didn't succeed?
Well, I mean, I kind of succeeded. Like, I handed out some free samples and stuff, but, you know.
And then you got caught.
Yeah.
And then you told us his name. What he wants to do.
Yeah.
What do you honestly think is going to happen when you return?
You're going to die.
Well, that's kind of rude.
Rude.
I mean, the truth is rude.
Is it?
Oh.
Well, what do you think? You're obviously not going to get this little piece of land that you were promised. You just outed him.
Well, yeah, you'll be kind of upset about it, but hey, you know what? I'm a businessman, right? I can help you guys like make a deal with him, right? And then I can kind of be like a go-between.
Help us? How would you help us?
Well, I can let him know that you guys are here and that you guys want a slice of the pie or whatever.
No. See, we were here first.
Okay.
What makes it so we can't just go around you? I know that there are at least 10 more of you. Let's be quite fair.
Well, that's kind of rude too.
My apologies. How many others are in your position right now that were handing out a bunch of free drugs that probably did a better job than you did and didn't get caught?
Yes, but the others wouldn't be able to provide the information of you guys wanting like a, you know, whatever the piece of the pie or whatever.
What would you know what we want? You don't know us.
Oh, your internet kind of cut out a little bit there.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Very threatening, the staticky voice.
Yeah. Went full Lasombra on them.
I told you I was from the Sabat, guys. You just didn't know which clan.
So
May I recommend something? And she turns to Jack and just says, "Shh, adults are talking," and brings the group in. We could convince our friend Jack that he did not succeed, that in fact nobody here wanted any of his products, so that when Mr. Giovanni asks him, it's basically he won't want to come back.
No, or he's just going to send someone else to come back and someone else is going to be better at it. I say we have him work for us, but he has to go back to Giovanni and show that he's true to his cause and everything. He should cut off his own finger to show loyalty to us. Then go, take back, show his cut off finger to Giovanni and say, look what they did, but I still put everything out there. Everyone took the drugs. I'm still with you, but he's really with us.
But that doesn't guarantee his loyalty. Only
no,
blood
but if we send him back, he's going to be killed. And how do we know that he's with us? And if he goes back and says that he failed, they're going to kill him. Send somebody else who will be better at the job.
I mean, either way, we send him back. We're not sending him back alone. He's gonna have a tail on, right? You or me. So it doesn't matter what happens to this meat bag anyway. We just follow him. Once he's done, knock on the door and arrange negotiations.
Negotiating with a bunch of corpse fuckers. Thank you.
Do we think that this Giovanni is an art collector?
The thing is, like I don't know about any of y'all, but I don't know a goddamn thing about this name, about this cat, about this house, about anything.
I'm just saying it's a good way.
You know about their clan, though, right?
What I know about their clan?
You would, yeah. So, for everyone who is unfamiliar with Vampire the Masquerade, the Giovanni are members of a clan called the Hecata. And the Hecata are kind of the vampires that deal with more dead things than what vampires are. So, like, spirits and ghosts and such. The Giovanni, up until recently, early 2000s, had a deal with the Camarilla, which was of non-interference. So, and then something happened in Vienna, and see Sophia's premonition, and then, yeah, there's been kind of a gathering of the clans of the dead, which included the Semeti, there's a bunch of others that I can't remember right now, but I'll get into that later. And they basically all formed into Clan Hecata, which is more kind of a loose.
At least we know your favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, they're basically just kind of Clan of the Dead. So they're kind of Camarilla adjacent, kind of, but not really. They make deals in various cities as well.
And would we know anything specific about the Giovanni family?
Not
in particular.
Super specific. You would know that, you know, they had a deal with the Camarilla. There wasn't any presence of the Giovanni / Hecata up until recently, but you haven't actually heard. This is like the first occurrence that you're all hearing Camarilla wise of the Giovanni in Vancouver.
Oh man, I mean, is it worth trying to have a discussion, or what's your take on it? You've been around with this sort of thing, haven't you?
I mean, I've been around street shit. Know what I mean? Like there's some of it like that. Like I know structures in that way. The minute you start introducing kindred and ghosts and phantoms and what did you call them? By corpse.
Yeah, corpse fuckers. Yes, yeah, corpse fuckers. Yeah, they fuck corpses.
Ugh,
all right, so
absolutely disgusting.
So it changes the dynamics a bit, but I still think send them back, follow them, and we go from there. We could potentially learn as much as we can about where this guy operates from, how he operates. Learn as much as we can about him before we knock on his the door. But otherwise, I don't know.
Agreed. What does everybody else think?
Well, I'm much more of a flaunt your way in type of girl, but I'm here for whatever this calls for.
We could do that too, but we got to find out if he's into art before we start pitching him art.
True.
What do you think, He? Any thoughts here?
So is someone tailing Jack, or is someone trying to go undercover and work with Jack?
Are you asking if it's your method or mine, right?
I just think it's so boring if we just tail him.
All right. You go with them, pretend to work with them. I tell you, I got your back.
That's safe? I mean, if you both think that's safe, then that's good. I am concerned about welfare of my coterie.
Yeah. Well,
we're always safe.
All right.
Quite frankly, as soon as someone started stepping on your turf, safety started flying away.
Understood. We could take a two-pronged approach to this. We could have Key and the old man follow through on their plan, and then perhaps myself and Sophia and Violetta could take the a bit of a highbrow approach. Sophia did mention that perhaps he's into art. Perhaps he's into other things, music, things like that. Can I get him concert tickets? That might be an idea. I can put in some calls. Maybe my sire might be able to dig some stuff up about the family and see what we can find. And I'm sure that if he does have some art, love for the arts, Sophia, maybe one of your contacts might have already dealt with him.
Exactly my thoughts. I'll take a spin on my decks.
Violetta, if they are as high family as they are, like if they're as robust of a family as they are, they probably have their own lawyers, but that's not to say that they wouldn't have already had some contact with some of your colleagues.
Sonia, I can't hear you.
Tony, I can't hear you.
I can't.
I had to have been muted, obviously. Violetta, do you think that your colleagues might be able to help?
Sure, fine, whatever.
We can try.
So, what is the plan of attack?
I guess we're going to have to convince Jack that I'm going back with him because we didn't do that part.
Let's start
We'll start there. Yeah.
Shall we put some thoughts into his head then? Or do you want to just strong arm it?
It's Key's play here.
Yeah.
I mean, I can make him forget some of the things we've talked about, but I can't exactly just get into his minds and make him think that. I mean, if the Giovanni clan is as powerful as we know them to be, if they tried to search his head, you saw how quickly he spilled secrets last time.
Right.
That is true. I'm wondering what we can do to convince him without that.
Well, I mean, he's already eager. He wants to cut a deal to save his ass, so.
Jack, do you like money?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Everybody does.
We could give you
a question.
We could give you so much money.
Okay.
Antonia starts doing calculations in her head of how much she is actually willing to pay this man.
Oh, Key wouldn't be absolutely have no intention of giving him any money.
Just dominate him.
Antonia can just pick up a ton,
yep.
like, and just guess a bunch of, come up with some outrageous number. Jack, what if you went back to the Giovannis and I went with you and you told them about how well you did and that you even picked up a business partner who got you in with so many new clientele and the drug is doing so good and I'm just there to support you.
All right. That's it. Yeah. But just I'm the lead guy, right?
Of course, you're the lead guy.
Right. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. That's it.
But if you said anything to make me look bad or mention any of my other friends, I'll kill you on the spot. Yes.
Sure.
I didn't like your reaction. Forget that. She'll just do cloud memory really quick to make him forget the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, that is no rouse check required, and he clearly doesn't have much willpower. So yeah, he's like, okay.
So you'll be number one.
Right.
You just tell me where to go. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm coming with you, right?
Yes, but you're lead, remember?
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
So
yeah.
So I follow you.
And what about like the rest of the people?
Oh no, they're going to stay here. It's just me.
Okay. All right.
But you can tell them about a fabulous artist that you've just met.
Do we want to cross streams there? Out of character. Did we talk about doing these two things separately or are we crossing streams on the stories?
I think they're gonna my idea is that, the art world has, him being, if he's into art, it could be a great way to just kind of quickly find a common ground. Yeah.
Okay.
So well, I'm going back to kind of go over like all the people that I know and see if anybody's already dealt with them.
Okay.
But it's always good just to be like, here's this awesome artist.
Drop names.
and this one was there and she was like an awesome artist. And then there was like this scary Ventrue. And then there was like I don't know what clan Violetta is, but she's scary as fuck.
The human mind is such a maladaptation.
So he's gonna look at Antonia. So do we want Giovanni knowing you? That this is your club?
I think we can hold off on that for the moment. If Giovanni asks, the club owner was out that night, and the manager was running the scene that night.
Jack, so where was the manager tonight?
And you're using Dominate? Are you using Dominate on that, or is it just like a hint to him to be like?
That was more of a hint.
Okay.
Like, are you?
I thought you were clouding memory and being like, yeah. He's like, the manager is here. You're the manager, right? Yeah.
The manager was here. Okay. Now with that horrible response that Jack's not picking up what we're putting down, can I just try to dominate? Just so he remembers that. God damn it, Jack.
Just sort of like his face goes kind of like completely blank. Like,
there's no way that Giovanni doesn't just like Rambo style throat rip this guy on sight. But we're gonna try our best.
It's on site for this man.
On site.
Then I get the finger I wanted.
Yes.
There you go.
You just hit it for the fingies.
So he's got this like blank expression on his face, and he's like, so you're coming with me, right?
I go with you.
Right.
And we helped deliver the drugs tonight, and that was it.
Cool. All right. Should we go now?
Key's gonna look at the old man. Yes, we'll go now, Jack.
All right. Yeah. My car is like out front, and he like gets up. It's like, I don't know, what is the protocol in this particular instance? Do I say like, nice for meeting you? Do I bow? Like, what do I do?
Yeah, you should bow. Oh, you should go kiss the hands of that one right there. And Key's gonna point at Violetta. Sophia has her.
See, I almost thought Violetta was frozen again, but then she
I thought she was too.
Slowly closed her eyes in disgust.
He's just gonna be like smiling behind Jack, looking at Violetta. As they say that.
The old man just smirks and shakes his head, like.
So he's getting up and he's like nervously making his way over to Violetta.
I'm too expensive for you to touch me.
He like glances back at Key, like,
you do look poor. Okay, let's go.
Please never have kids.
Jack, one last thing. Where is it that you are leading them? Where is Mr. Giovanni situated?
Oh, he's in North Van.
Where in North Van?
And he like rattles out some like warehouse type location. It's kind of like on the waterfront near the station where the sea bus would go to.
So just a cheap warehouse then.
I wouldn't call it cheap.
I mean, cheap
sorry.
Looking.
She meant blue collar.
Oh.
Sorry, my bad. Thank you for the information, Jack. You can be on your way.
Hey, whatever helps facilitate the deal, right? We're all like trying to help each other out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And Antonia makes the effort to roll her eyes into the back of her head and does not succeed.
When you have a chance, please give a sec.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Oh, I got it, but
When you have, I'm just talking to Jack. When you have the chance, please give a sec to me. Am I not coming through?
No, we got that one.
We got we
You are.
we got it that time.
Jack looks at you and he's like, I don't know what that means.
Means no one wants to procreate.
It means you have a lot of potential, Jack. We should talk about your potential on the way over.
The old man is gonna leave ahead of time here. He's gonna go outside of the club and try to find, like, keep an eye on the vehicles up front, because he's probably gonna have to go invisible and car surf this thing in order to keep up.
Okay. He leads Key outside and they go to just a complete shitbox of a vehicle. Like, it's like a smaller hatchback that is like the 2-seater in the front, and then like kind of it could be a back seat maybe, but not really. And then there's like the hatchback part of it, and he's like, yeah, and he like puts his key in the thing. It's like the old school lock of like you put the key in. He's like, takes him a couple seconds to like, he's pulling on the handle and then adjusting the key. Then he eventually gets the door open. He's like, okay, yeah. Then he like brushes his hand across the passenger seat. There's like a stain on it, but there's like, he brushes like the old like McDonald's cups and all the like package wrapping of like Subway and all this garbage onto the floor. And he's like, yeah, he pushes the door open for you, and it's got, it kind of opens a little bit, but you have to kind of force it open. There's like a noise to it. Like, this is not at all Key's scene, I don't think.
Great. He's just gonna like pull it open. As they're pulling it open, they're gonna kind of look around them. Do they see the old man anywhere? Where are you at?
Do they see the old man?
You don't see me, but you do hear me chuckle as you have to get into this dingy ass car.
1997 Volvo.
That sounds personal.
97 is too recent. This is like an 83.
Oh, yuck.
And he just takes a big breath, and as they're like sliding in, they're going, they close the door and they go to put the seatbelt, whatever, probably there is none behind them. No. But like reaches for a seatbelt, realizes there is none, goes, do you have weed? Do you smoke?
Well, not in my car. Obviously, I like to keep it nice.
It's disgusting. Are you sure you don't have any?
No.
Okay. Do you have any more of those little coffin pills?
Oh yeah, probably. And he's like, he reaches into his jacket. Oh shit. Well, I know I don't even know what his name is. The dude, the other dude that was back there, the guy who caught me.
Yeah,
I took
old
a bunch
man.
of them. Yeah. And he like eventually finds one and he hands it over to you.
Oh, I was going to trade you, but here I don't want it anyways. And they're gonna give Jack the phone back.
Oh.
And just pocket the little.
Kind of wondering where that went. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Okay, we're ready. Yes.
Hold on. And he like puts the key in the ignition, and there's like, he definitely is moving back and forth at this point because he's like pushing his foot on the gas to like try to get it to turn over. Like this is, I'm trying to create some ambiance with this particular description.
Why this one? Well, why now?
I'll get into high class stuff later, but I want
Violetta
to
scenes.
evoke a mood.
I'm just watching.
It's not a good one, but it's a mood.
Sophia and Violetta just see what is going on here.
Yeah, if there's like even a window to look out over the parking lot, I'm assuming there would be on the upper level. It's just kind of like, I can only imagine Violetta, Antonia, and Sophia kind of going.
I think Antonia's young enough that she's missing the idea of eating popcorn at the moment.
So
I'm just gonna like look over and it's just like, this is what you get.
Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Just like the fries on the ground.
There probably are, yeah.
Yeah.
There's gonna be stuff stuck in your boot, or your boot's gonna stick to stuff after this.
And that's why I wear mid-calf boots.
So while that particular drive is happening, what is everyone else doing? Antonia, Violetta, and Sophia. What are you? Are you going to start your investigations?
I am.
Okay. How are you going to go about your investigation?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a prosecutor's office. I probably know the guy personally. He'd try and snoop around.
Okay. You're just going to, like, without them being there, you're going to go to the prosecutor office and basically break in.
I mean, that's such a low class thing to say. That's such a blue collar criminal thing to say. I don't break in. I peruse.
Pilfer.
I don't do such a thing. Those are what those disgusting Nosferatu do, and those Bruja. Oh, well, no offense meant.
So let's assume that you've been there before, type of thing. Let's just say that this type of situation isn't exactly, what's the term I could use? Rare?
I don't know what you're talking about. I get all my evidence through legal means.
What? Yeah, totally. So, are you still there? Oh,
I live, yes.
okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go. I'll just cut this part out too.
The real enemy of the game, my internet connection.
The real BBEG. So let's get a. I'm gonna go with a wits and investigation, or wits and whatever skill that you would use. Academics, I believe it was, for your law.
Yes, I do have that.
Yeah. Let's get a roll for that. And Sophia, what are you doing for the investigation?
Is going to go through her phone and kind of check through her like social and find out which of her like art collective friends are holding like a jam session that she can kind of go into.
So Antonia's, there's a lot of as at the end of people's names in this particular coterie. I'm just realizing this now. Antonia's club is in the financial district. and the nearest one that would be close by would be like an art collective that runs out of Gastown, which is not too far. It's a couple of blocks away. It's kind of a an art gallery during the day, and they close it down at night and kind of open up the basement area to a bunch of different artists to like practice their art. Some people are dancing, doing like interpretive dance. Some people, you've been there before. Some are kind of uh, paint on canvas, much like you've practiced in the past. And it's being run. Well, kind of run is a kind of a wrong term to use for it. They're not really running it. They're just kind of patronizing the space, like they're the financial backer of the reason why this particular art collective is able to afford a place in Gastown to open up and kind of keep the lights on, keep everything running. A Toreador by the name of Braden. So yeah, you know that they would probably be active at this particular point in time in the evening.
Does Sophia know Braden personally?
You've probably been there a few times. Like, it's not. A lot of Toreador don't really know each other personally. A lot of Toreador kind of let's just say that there's kind of like Venn diagrams of like, you kind of know these people, and you know these Toreador over here, and you know these Toreador.
So I think she's gonna probably just waltz grand entrance when she gets there.
Yeah, so you're gonna go over there now, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're easily able to get over there. You make kind of a grand entrance. There's people who are, let's say, experimenting with art. They are kind of splashing paint on canvas from like 5 feet away type thing, and using the bucket itself is kind of like just, they're kind of going a little bit, it's not really your style, but it's art. They're doing random things and like putting it paint on their hands, and like, yeah, they're doing a whole bunch of different things with paint in this particular point. And as you walk in, Braden is like, "Ah, Sophia, welcome,
Braden.
Welcome to my it's not really my establishment, is it? To the collective, shall we say? What brings you in?
Oh, I just came to see what the latest art scene is for us, and
don't tell me. Let me guess. You want to rent out a section.
How did you know?
I know these things.
Oh, you just know me so well. So, what's it gonna cost?
This, for you, there'll be a discount.
Oh,
because partially you can instruct some of the others on,
I see.
Yeah,
I got
you. You know how it is running a place like this. A lot of times there's, how can I put this, more money than artistic talent involved with some people.
Oh, speaking of money.
Go on.
Have you heard of any patronage going on lately?
Oh, you'll have to be more specific.
Well, I'm thinking of a particular family.
A family, you say?
Well, I'm just not sure. I'm just wondering, had any inklings of the
Well, there has been, now that you mention family, there has been some rumblings that, let's just say that of our particular, and he kind of does the glance around, and you can kind of see that he's basically doing the standard kindred glance of, is there anybody around here right now that can, put two and two together? And he's like, of the kindred persuasion.
Uh-huh.
And they just say it starts with a G. So yeah, they have been around over the recent time.
Well, I'm definitely looking to maybe get in on their good side a little bit. Not sure if there's anyone in particular that's had any special dealings with them.
There has been, and if you're looking for patronage, let's just say maybe we can somewhat arrange kind of a finder's fee.
That can definitely be arranged.
I see. I will give me a night to,
Of course.
You know how it is. I'm more painting and sculpting and doing.
Oh yeah, the fun stuff, the stuff that we actually like to do.
the paperwork for it gets a little scattered at times. You know how it is.
Oh, trust me.
Are you still and he like mentions a place that you lived maybe like 3 or 4 moves ago in Vancouver?
Oh no. That's been a long time since that. But I've got a bit of a muse that I'm with at the moment.
Okay. Go on.
Well, it's nothing formal or anything, but he kind of gets me through.
Okay. Should I drop the information off there?
You know what? Do you know Antonia of the
Ventru, I believe.
Yes. You know her club, yes.
Oh, I've been to that club several times.
Yes, exactly. Why don't you drop off the information there? That'll be a much better place.
Yes. Yeah, I think when is the goth night? That seems to be one of the regular times that I would show up.
I believe Antonia has been revamping the events section. So.
Oh, I see what you did there.
And I will have to just check in with her to get that date for you, but I promise you it'll be a hell of a goth night.
Well, you have my number, yes?
Yes, of course. Darling.
Oh yeah, just drop me a text and I'll drop it off in the next day or so, whenever the next goth night is.
Perfect. Sounds delightful.
Excellent. And he goes in and he does the European-esque like kiss cheek thing. It's been a pleasure as always.
An absolute delight.
And I will transition over to Violetta. Violetta, how did your roll go?
I got 4 on a crit.
Okay, you are you've been here before. Let's put it that way.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You keep playing innocent and all, but
I am innocent.
This isn't for everyone else. This is for the viewers. They know you've been here before. You know where to go for certain bits of information in this particular office. So with 4 successes, it's no problem. You find it you're practically in and out in about 5 to 10 minutes. And what you find is that there are some there's some new prosecution people that are being added to the roster in the courts of Vancouver. There's one name that sticks out, and that is Franklin Giovanni.
Okay. Is there like any like an email or like a phone, like a work phone?
Yeah, you would be able to find that information along with it, because it's basically like it's kind of a listing of the new, like, it's kind of a situation in the courts where it's if you need, prosecutors for cases, here is the list. It's kind of like the master list that you found that was updated recently.
I am going to take that name along with like the contact information.
Okay.
But also, is there like any files having to deal with like drug related incidents?
There's a few, but anything that you would find for Coffin has basically, like, the wheels of the law, especially in the world of darkness, move kind of slow. So they would be like just like cases dismissed recently with regards to it. Like, they've been people have been arrested for it, but they haven't been prosecuted.
If I can, I want to like take down the names of those people, like maybe like, oh, do they have any, like it, like then I can like on my own time be like, oh, do they have any other charges, something like that.
Any priors or anything like that. Yeah. So yeah, it's basically just kind of, you would get like a list of about 3 to 5 names that are all, they've been arrested, but they haven't been like put through the courts necessarily yet.
It looks like I'm going to do some work pro bono.
Looks that way.
It does. One last thing, and I'll stop. Anything having to relate to maybe any sort of financial fraud?
There's a lot.
Anything? Oh, yes, I know a lot. Specifically under a name Giovanni.
Nothing yet.
Okay. Yeah, that was the keyword.
Yeah, that's probably part of the reason why the courts move really slow, because there's a lot of financial fraud in the world of darkness. But that's a story for another time. Antonia, how are you going to go about your particular branch of this particular investigation?
I think Antonia, being mindful of her sire's time, is going to send a quick text message and say, I need some information. And she puts it in quotes, being mindful that her sire is kind of,
not great with the technology.
Well, not so much not great with the technology, but very much kind of paranoid about, Second Inquisition, all that stuff. So she says, I was wondering if you had some information about a certain, and then she puts in quotes, family There seems to have been some activity here in Vancouver, and I'm wondering if any of your contacts in the bigger houses have heard anything. And she's referring to the fashion houses of the Yves Saint Laurent and the Chanel and all that.
It takes a while, but there is a return text, and the text itself is just the letter G with a couple of question marks.
Antonia responds, yes.
And you get a phone call pretty much immediately after that.
Okay. My dear. I was not expecting. I am so sorry to have disturbed you.
Oh, it's no bother. You are one of my favorites.
Well, I thank you for that. We have a bit of a situation.
Go on.
Well, a certain family is starting to clandestinely, shall we say, try and move around in my immediate surroundings. And you have educated me so well on what they're all about. And I know that they have a keen eye for fashion. And I was wondering if any...
Antonia.
Oh, I know they don't have the kind of eye for fashion that you do. I know this.
No. That's not what I mean. We've had discussions like this before. Don't kiss my ass on the phone. Kiss my ass at Elysium.
Perfect. All right. What do you know, my dear?
About your particular situation, nothing yet. But I can find out. I have means.
Excellent. I would be very grateful if you could. The rest myself and my coterie mates can handle. We just need to know who to talk to.
I will have a list. My assistant will send it to you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
And
tell Isabel that that I'm glad that she's still doing good work for
you. I will pass on the message.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a good sleep at the end of the night.
Indeed.
I hope to see you soon.
Soon. And the line goes dead, but you have known your sire long enough to know that the line going dead is kind of a Ventrue equivalent of like, go on. So go ahead.
No, that was it.
Okay. So we will go back over to Key and the old man.
Uh-oh.
The vehicle pulls up and he's like, huh. Jack is like, huh, that's weird. Huh. Usually they have like, usually they have people here.
People to what?
I don't know, like check and see if I'm supposed to be here, like security.
Was there anyone like around when we were driving up?
No,
at all?
There was nobody.
Are you going to go check? Do we go in?
Should I? Wait, are
Yes,
you gonna
you should.
are you gonna stay
You
here?
should go in. Yes,
you-
you should go in. You're the
Oh.
boss. You lead. Yes.
Right. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I am going to kind of like reinvigorate my cloak of shadows here
Okay.
because it only lasts for one scene, and kind of like hearing
yeah,
that.
I'm willing to
Hearing
let
that
it go. That's fine.
word, and then hearing that in the car, it's like, okay. So he wants to make sure that he is unseen here. Kind of lets go of the car, finds a good vantage point, assumes the cloak of shadows, and takes a look around.
Okay. You look around, and from across the parking lot, there's a kind of a tire squealing noise, and a black hearse drives past you as he's getting out of the car, and he closes the door, Jack, and he's like, well, I haven't seen that car around here before.
Driving away, or?
Yeah. And that's where we're going to end this particular episode.
Car chase. Let's go kick Jack out. We don't need him anymore.
We don't need his ass.
Nope.
And you know what? Keep him though. Keep him in the back.
I just reach out through. Oh my god, this is gonna get messy.
Yoink him back in the car.
we might get hungry after.
Yeah, you might.
That's I true. Keep asking for fingers, but no one's agreeing with me, so I'm just gonna have some myself.
So, thank you all for watching this particular episode, and for any bits or subscriptions you have seen fit to send our way. It is always appreciated, and it all, for the most part, goes to the folks on screen. Yeah, so we are going to do some quick outros to let everybody know where you are, what you're doing, what you're up to, and we will start over here with the old man.
In the game, I am the old man, but IRL, I am Alan Williams, a writer and comedian here in Vancouver, as well as an actual player, I guess. And you can find more of that action on Questline, on Twitch, and on YouTube, where we play and stream all kinds of games every Tuesday. So come check us out at Questline D&D.
And Second Besties.
And also Second Besties. It's the get stuff that we do for funsies.
And Key.
Hello, I am D&D Imposter on all social media. I play Key Mori here, which is the complete antithesis from characters I normally play. I'm currently playing in a Masks a New Generation campaign on Alec the Bard's YouTube. And I play like this super adorable, innocent 14-year-old freshman. Complete opposite of Key. So check me on there, or just if you like TTRPG memes, you can find me on TikTok.
And next up, right above me, is Antonia.
Hello, my name is Joanna, and I was playing Antonia the Ventrue for you today. And you will find me on socials under Hyro Gardener, and you will find me here playing Vampire. That is what I do. I play Vampire. So check us out, check out our YouTube, and I'm done.
And Sophia.
Hi, this is Monica playing Sophia, who is also an artist IRL. You can check out all my illustration work. Currently having my novel come out in the fall. You can find me at MonicaM_art all over.
And Violetta.
Hello. Hi. My name is Cosmic Dazai. I have been playing Violetta tonight. You can find me over on Girls Run These Worlds, where I am basically torturing my players for around 2 hours every Sunday. Don't tell them that though. You can find me on Blank Slate. I do guest star on there as, once again, a demented bitch. Couple along with that. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to say that. That's spoilers. And lastly, you can find me in DC. I am a baby drag queen. I'm not good, but I'm a drag queen. Hi.
And this guy is Storyteller Steve. So, other ways that you can support the channel. You can click on the little button down there for subscriptions. It does cost a little bit of money. You can follow us here. That's totally free. Or you can go over to our YouTube, which I will throw the link in the chat. Subscribing over there is free because they use the same word to mean different things on different websites. But you can also become a member over there for only $3, which helps us out. And you can check out our Patreon, which would be over there. All you need is $1 for the Patreon, which allows you to access all of our like session 0 stuff, some of the behind the scenes stuff. But if you want episodes early, you can sign up for our $5 tier, and you can see episodes before they come out on Twitch. Or, as well, this is a new one, you can check out our merch store and get stuff like this, which says the meat C, which is the only way that you should really be saying that particular word. So yeah, come and check out all of our merch on there. You can buy a whole bunch of stuff. There's like t-shirts, there's masks, there's like the kind of half mask thing that hangs down. I can't remember what they're called. You can buy, let me just tell you, you can buy a VBN shower curtain if you really felt like it. Nobody really feels like it, let's be honest, but you could buy pillows. You can buy a whole bunch of stuff on there, stickers, hats, whatever you want. So check that out.
Is that true?
You can buy a shower curtain?
Sadly, yes.
Yeah.
Sadly, that's amazing.
You can buy the Meat C shower curtain if you really felt like it. So on that particular note, we're going to find somebody to write out to, and we will see you all next week with another episode and maybe somebody else showing up.